Okay, welcome back, my faithful viewers. I was gonna do a short, but I figured out there's way too much information to squeeze into 60 seconds. Ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna try and keep this around 5 to 8 minutes. It may work, may not. Let's see what happens. Okay, part 2 of this SCOTUS making homelessness illegal now. That means anyone that has an encampment that cannot afford housing, you will now get arrested. We all know that. Not big, not new. It's a big deal, but not new. Even if the county where the arrest is happening cannot give you shelter, you can't be in the street. So you're homeless. The county or town you live in have no open beds for you, but yet you're not allowed to stay in the streets. This makes no sense. Anyway, it's illegal. It's you can't do that no more. So you will be arrested. You will be a criminal. You will have to be put in jail and or prison depending on how long your sentence is. With that being said, for all those that, hey, great, get the vagrants off the street. They're just a bunch of addicts and alcoholics. They don't want to work. They just want to sit around and get high. Okay, it's cheaper to be a nice person. I'll explain. First off, you're gonna have to build some new prisons for all these new criminals that we're gathering up. So be prepared to pay more taxes. You're gonna have to feed them, clothe them. Taxes, you got to pay for all that too. Yeah, so they're gonna. So you can either give them a few dollars on the highway, or they're just gonna take the money from your paycheck before you even see it anyway. So that's gonna happen. Any extra money, that's so funny. Any extra money they may have to school your children, after school programs, they even have that anymore. Athletics, or like team things, team outings, whatever. Um, Emergency services, the police, the fire department, stuff like that. Those are things that are funded by the city. Maintaining the roads and highways, bridge, street lights, all that's maintained by your city. All that's going to be cut now, because we gotta put that money towards all those new criminals that we just arrested. That you're like, get them off the street. Okay, so your children are gonna have to suffer. Your your city's gonna have to suffer, and your taxes will be going up. And if you own a home, kiss your property tax goodbye. That is gonna go somewhere up there now. Yeah. So I hope you're happy. I hope this gives you what you want. It was a 6-3 decision. So 3 people kept their head on straight, and the 6 voted like they were paid to vote. You know, you know, screw the poor people. Screw the. This is why I say you cannot be a Republican and a Christian at the same time. Those are 2 different books, and they counteract each other. They don't go together. Okay? Because it says to feed the hungry, to house a stranger. No, we're going to make you a criminal, and we're going to throw you in jail. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pay for all that with our tax money. Anyway, we already know that. I keep saying that because I want you to understand our tax money that's supposed to go for the streets, to keep on the streets, to get emergency services. If you have a public school, guess what? Yeah, that's going to suffer too. No more, I don't know what the teachers get paid through the cities, right? Yeah, they get paid breadcrumbs as it is. That's why our kids are so stupid. Because have you seen what they pay teachers? You make more money stocking the shelf of a grocery store overnight shift than you do teaching. Then you wonder why these kids can't read. Anyway, I veer off course. The whole point is that we're making homelessness illegal. It is far cheaper to be a nice person. It's cheaper to build some place that they can live. And I'm sure there's a baseball field that we don't use anymore for one reason or another, or some kind. I'm sure we have like abandoned military bases all over the place. Have you ever been on one of those things? They're fucking huge. Can you imagine making like a little shanty town, uh, where people could start? You have your little house there, a little community, and then you can go ahead and get into the cycle of getting up in the morning, going to workshops, getting into the job market. If you have a chemical addiction, they help you with that. That is far cheaper. But then again, if you're a prison for profit, you need a supply of slave labor. Yeah, I can see the ultimate goal. We pay more to build the shelters. I hope so. But yeah, your taxes are gonna go up to build the prisons, and then that probably I don't know how it goes because I know in some towns they prisons and jails are run locally, so it is gonna be through that. Um, I'm not quite sure. I'm not familiar with the criminal system. Are you aware? Can you see? I know that in some places where the state pays to build jails, that comes out of the citizens' taxes. I guess when they get filled up or sentenced, then they go to the profit for profit prison. I'm not quite sure how that goes out, but I do know it is a lot cheaper to offer shelter and ways to get help instead of beating a person in the knee when they're down. But, that's all I want to say. Your taxes are going to go up, and your services are going to go down, and the problem's still going to be there. Until next time, guys, we're going to hope for the best. We're going to prepare for the worst. And I guarantee you, we're going to end up somewhere in the middle. We have to end up somewhere in the middle. I'm getting scared.